Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Dual666. I'm sorry guys, I haven't had enough time to get to the VHS tapes, nor have I had much time to be doing too much like crazy drinking. But I am here to do a little impromptu 80s Blu-ray update since I haven't had enough time to get the VHS update going. I've honestly discovered that I have so many new VHSs that there's just no way for me to do it all in one update, so I'm probably going to break it up into like 2 or 3. So you guys are going to get a few, and there's a few other tapes out there that I'm trying to like lock down as well still, so hopefully I'll get those soon and we can put those on the new updates. Like I said, got a sick little stack right here. Soundtrack for the day is a new hardcore band that I just joined. They're not new, but I've just joined them recently. It's we're called Out of Chaos. Sorry, forgot I was a part of it now. This is the intro track off of our new EP called Death Comes, and then it's not going to play the whole EP in order. It's going to play most of our music. Our singer Drew made a playlist of all of our music, so I'm just going to let that ride the whole time. So yeah, go check us out. All the links will be below like usual in the description. You guys know how I like to do it, so let's get started real quick. What should we do first? Here, we'll do this first, you guys. Cheers to all you stoners out there. Make sure it ain't gonna hit. I knew it was gonna hit us with some fucking ads. YouTube is such a bitch, man. There we go. Fuckers. Cheers to you all. Alright, we got some white ale here today. We've got a Samuel Adams Cold Snap. This is kind of like a Blue Moon, just like not quite as malty, a little easier and lighter from my experience. I've had a few this year. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, those are very good. Very light and delicious. Little citrusy, little spicy, not too much going on, just very delicious. Alright, y'all. We're going to get into it. First one we have here is a Scream Factory Blu-ray. This is Superstition from 1982. It's a supernatural slasher witch film sort of deal. Gives me, big possession vibes as well. So, there is some possession elements. But it kind of plays like a body count film, like a slasher, like very interesting, creative kills. Hey, leave the camera alone, dude. The cat Claude's trying to help. Very well made, in my opinion. Like, I'm not really aware of the budget. But no, this is a very well acted film, in my opinion. Just lots of cool kills and lots of just... It reeks of the late 70s still, and it just feels like a little better made than most films like schlock that were coming out at this time. So I really, really enjoyed it. Didn't really know what to make of it, synopsis-wise, so just put it on and really enjoyed it. Hard to nail it down to one specific subgenre, but it's definitely, like, for me, just like a supernatural slasher. So check that out if that's what you're into. This is kind of the same thing. This is some Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray. This is Mausoleum from 1982. And this is a very, like, supernatural slasher sort of deal as well. It's got like some creature feature vibes as well. It's definitely much cheesier than Superstition. Like, this is a very, very cheesy movie at times. But there are some crazy kills and some interesting effects, and I think it's a lot of fun. I've definitely watched it quite a few times in these last few weeks, leading up to this. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. If you like really cheesy 80 movies that have like some fun effects and stuff, like, you gotta go for it. That cat Claude is just like patrolling around, dude. Okay, we got a Code Red Blu-ray here. This is a Jackie Kong film, and I'm a big fan of Blood Diner. This is her film, The Being, from 1983, I believe. And this Code Red release looks pretty damn good, in my opinion. I'm honestly, like, a little let down by this movie. I really, really love Blood Diner. So I was really hoping for, like, a lot of those vibes. And there are some. It's just that it's kind of a little dialed back in comparison. And like, yeah, this is an earlier film. Sorry guys, I'm trying to skip another ad. But this is just like obviously a little more derivative. I believe it's her first feature film, so yeah, you know, the budget's definitely showing a little bit. It's definitely even worse acting, I would say, than Blood Diner. At least some of those method actors like really took it serious. Like, this is kind of lackluster in my opinion, but you know, pretty fun. You know, Martin Landau's here, so I thought it was a pretty fun but very, very cheesy creature feature. And yeah, if that's what you're into, go for it. Steer clear if you're not. Alright, we got a few rebuys here, guys. We have the Blu-ray and 4K Ultra, well, yeah, 4K Ultra HD pack, combo pack of Creepshow 1982. Not going to talk too much about this or any of the other rebuys. There's loads of extras on here that I can't wait to dig into. Yeah, just one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Like, perhaps the very first horror film that I've, like, really fell in love with and just couldn't stop watching over and over and over as a kid. Like, even before I got into horror at large, I just always loved this movie. So yeah, if you haven't seen Creepshow, do yourself a favor, just go check it out. It's amazing. Same with this film, very, very cheesy late 80s film that I just kind of happened upon when I was a teenager. My grandpa bought it for me at a swap meet or something one time when I was like in, I think maybe my sophomore year in high school, and it's The Gate. He bought me an old beat-up like DVD bootleg version of it at the swap meet, but finally have a decent. This is the Lionsgate Blu-ray version of it, and there's the other artwork that everyone's more familiar with. This is a very tame movie compared to others in the update, but I think that it wears its PG-13 pretty proudly. I think that like there's at least enough suspense and character development, and like you really are invested in the storyline by the end. I think it's a very creative storyline. It's a heavy metal storyline, so that's a plus. Yeah, just a very, very fun 80s movie. Like I said, not going to talk too much about it because I've talked about it in the past. Definitely go for that one. Really love that film. Alright, finally upgraded this as well. This is a Scream Factory Blu-ray Steelbook. And it's Killer Klowns from Outerspace, 1988. Also, one of my very favorite films of all time. I watched this all the time, like as a kid and like very early teen. Like every one of my friends and I, we all watched this like at least a few times. We loved this movie. It was just like me and my sister bonded over it. You know, everyone in my family, probably except my dad, probably really likes this movie. So it is what it is. Maybe he'll give it another go. It's got John Vernon in it, and I thought that would win him over the last time I watched it, but I don't think he liked it still, but it's all good. It's one of my favorites. Not going to talk too much about it, but definitely if you haven't seen it, you got to do yourself a favor. It's just a ton of fun, and it's also PG-13, oddly enough. Okay, this one's from 1988. We have The Lair of the White Worm, and this is... Who did this steelbook? This is a Lionsgate Vestron steelbook, and it's got a super sick artwork all the way around. The artwork on the inside is pretty cool. Here, I'll move all this around so you can see it all. I'd love to show these off, honestly. I should show you guys the other ones too. There's the old artwork. Disc art is pretty sick too. And then yeah, the wraparound's cool. Here, I'll show you all the artwork for this one as well. Pretty sick. Put this stuff out. Oh yeah, this one's way cooler. There we go. We got all the Killer Klowns there. I think that's pretty cool. I love it when a steelbook has really sick artwork in the background inside the case, because sometimes they just miss it and they don't do really like anything in there. And it just kind of looks stupid. Anyways, very, very cool upgrades to... Well, this is not an upgrade. I've never actually seen this one before. This is actually just a really solid vampire film. It's like really folky. I wasn't really privy to that before, but it's a little slower and drier than one might have imagined. But it is kind of funny too. Like it's kind of a dry, stale funny. It's definitely not for everyone, but it was a very interesting vampire film to say the least. And there are some really interesting effects in this movie as well. So yeah, definitely going to be like revisiting that. I think it's well worth seeking out if you like offbeat vampire movies. Okay, got one from Severin here, you know, by the black case. This is a really, like, cheap, bad film from Bruno Mattei. It's a Shocking Dark from 1989. And it's got Greta Geretta and, like, all the other people that you would come to expect in a Italian movie that was really bad in the late 80s. It was actually also known as an Aliens-like sequel. And then, like, I think they also called it, they called it something with the Terminator as well. But yeah, this movie is just really, really insanely cheesy. Tread lightly if you're not really about that. The cover looks so sweet. But you will be let down if you go into it thinking that there's going to be any sort of visuals like this. This is a very cut and dry, very low budget film. Man, they are just hitting us heavy with the ads today. Goodbye. Yeah, still, I think Severin did a really good job with cleaning this up, because I'd seen some clips of this, elsewhere on YouTube and other places, and definitely didn't quite look like the element that they used and cleaned up in this. So, yeah, very good work as well from Severin as always. So, yeah, go check that out if you really like just very micro-budgety Italian films. I know I do. I had fun with it. It's just, it can be a little tedious sometimes. This way. Okay, guys, we have one more left in this update. I'm going to keep it real short. Had to cram this in as I prepared for the new year. We'll get to the VHS update, and we'll get to the pumpkin beer real soon. I promise it's all coming still. Doing my best, guys. So busy these days, but I hope everyone's well. And yeah, let's get to this last film. We have Death Spa from 1987. This is a Gorgon Video Blu-ray, and I absolutely adore Gorgon Video. I have been buying from them for a very long time. I have some VHS, sets from them as well. I have some Faces of Death stuff from them on VHS. Very, very cool stuff. This is a very interesting movie. I was like wondering where the hell it was going the entire time, and it never really tells you. It's just very offbeat and strange and unconventional, but there are a lot of really cool inventive kills to be seen. It's kind of a supernatural slasher in the same sense as like Superstition earlier in the update, but it's just so much more cheesy. Like, it's such a ridiculously 80s movie. And it kind of gets a little drawn out. You're just like, what the hell could possibly happen next to take the story further? But it keeps going, and it just seems to keep getting more and more brutal and crazy as it goes. So I can't help but recommend it. It was a lot of fun by the end. I really enjoyed Death Spa. So, yeah, check that out if you are into really cheesy late 80s films. And with that, I'm going to wish you all a Happy New Year. I hope you all remain safe, and I hope to see you guys next time, whatever video we end up doing. And, yeah, I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Much love to you all. Be good to your loved ones. Go watch some fucking horror movies, because, as I always say, it's never too late to go watch some horror movies. Take care, guys.